Stop. How are we doing?
Well, how are we doing?
We're going the wrong direction. Connor and Ryan are both won't play tonight in protocol, and we also lost Barry. Won't play tonight for protocol.
I asked Sheldon Keefe this. Like, the Leafs basically lost almost everybody at the same time. The Flames, the same thing. If you had to get COVID, it's kind of a cold question, but if you had to get it, would it be better to get it all at once, shut down for a couple of weeks?
It's been talked about in our group. That's exactly it. Like, you're just feeding the drip, drip, drip thing is not ideal. Not ideal at all. So we've got to keep pounding away here. We got this game. We got one more game against Ottawa, and we got a little break here. So hopefully we can get through it a little bit. But of our players on the roster right now, we've had with Barry going on now, we've had 11 of our roster has got it. So you're right kind of in the halfway mark. We had some guys that had it just before training camp started. So you're hoping that they're still immune from it, but it's wreaks havoc with your team for sure.
Dave, I don't know if you'd be in those conversations, but was there any talk about not playing tonight's game just with what you're dealing with there? Do you know?
I met with Kenny last night, and again we had breakfast this morning, and there was nothing talked about that. I think our numbers, like we get Cassian back tonight, you lose McDavid, Ryan, and Barry really are the only three guys we have on COVID right now, so we have enough players to play, but it wreaks havoc with your lineup.
What's the mood of the group when they hear that news? All those three guys are out.
You know, our group has been, you know, I know it seems like from the outside everything is chaos, but our group has stayed very tight inside. Like if you watch our games, our team is working hard. We're trying to find solutions to this, and that was the mindset this morning. Like we've got players that are jumping in there and playing. We've got to play hard, give ourselves the best chance to find a way to win tonight, and that's what we're going to do.
Further that yesterday when you talked about frustration of coming out of the Ranger game and such, like how for you quickly are you kind of okay, that's behind us now? Is it the next day type thing, or when do you
got it when you're in situations you take the positives out of the game? Like there was some real good stretches in that game. You look at, you know, our possession time doubled them in their zone, right? So you got to find places that you're doing things well and try to accentuate those. You still got to take some mistakes out of your game, but with our group right now, we're trying to push the positives. We're doing some things right. We got to stay with it to try to get a better result.
There was a quote this morning from Mikko Koskinen in the Finnish outlet just saying he felt like the bus had been backed over him. Was that something you would address with them directly, or have you? Or
no, we talked. I talked about it yesterday. You know, goaltenders, when they make mistakes, it has an impact on the game. You know, and when we're a team struggling, we need, you know, those are mistakes that are made that affect the outcome of the game. So it's no different than we would say with a defenseman. I mentioned it yesterday. You got forwards. A winger makes a mistake, you never notice it. The centerman a little more, defenseman a little more, and goaltenders, they're front and center. It has an impact on the game. And there's a frustration around our team. And the question was, it wasn't the whole game, the question was the start of the game. That was the whole thing was taken out of context. We're talking about starting the game, right? The first 5 minutes of the game, not giving up the first goal. That's what it was. Mikko made some good saves in that game, right? He hung around the game. But it was the start of the game that we're trying to get off to a good start. That's the part that you get emotional about.
Is Mike Smith an option tonight?
Yeah, he is. He'll play.
Okay.
All right.